in the representation, and for them they believe, since in the representation of youth, people with a disability, the elderly, all regions are represented. So in their considered view, they think Section 8, subsection 3 of Election of Parliamentary Act on election of workers should be amended to include the region, not only include the gender. Because the Section 3 says that there shall be one woman out of the 5, it does not specify that all regions must be represented like other what? Interest groups. So the petition was brought, and I think we'll have an amendment to that effect. Yes, Brenda.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. I would like to appreciate your recognition for the women in this country. And Right Honourable Speaker, we would like to exactly know the number of women, because when they see this communication, they will have high expectations. And it will...
On the issues of women, please follow it up with the CPS. Follow it up with the CPS. Your members of parliament, you're free to enter any office here.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker.
Including Lopes' office.
It will help us to give them the right information as they are members of parliament. Secondly, Right Honourable Speaker, I'd like to appreciate you for also looking into consideration of the case of the student that we lost. Right Honourable Speaker, almost every year we lose students in mysterious ways. In my constituency, there is a time we buried a girl who just died in bed in one of the Mukono schools. There is a boy who was burnt in a certain school. We've seen these things in media, and I would like us as leaders and government to take action. Thank you so much. Right.
Thank you. Authority.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. And I want to thank you for lifting women and for loving women. And I would like to appreciate the concern or the update on sharing our Women's Day with our women down there. But my humble request, Madam Speaker, is that as it has been a norm in the few years I have been in Parliament, that we, especially the women members in the opposition, have been denied to celebrate the Women's Day in our districts. I would request as a house, as you, a mother, give a directive that we be allowed to celebrate our Women's Day just like any other MP in any other party. And then number 2, Madam Speaker.
There is information from a Minister of Local Government, Honourable Victoria. You get it.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. In case there were difficulties in some districts for causes which we should know, it's not correct to give a sweeping statement that where there are women members of parliament in opposition, they are not allowed. I want to give my testimony that I represented the Prime Minister in Kasese, and the function was very colorful, and the member of parliament is present. There were NRMs, there were all parties represented, religious leaders, bishops, RDCs, and it was one of the best days I witnessed. She's around.
Florence. Now let me first hear from Florence.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Yes, it was an activity organized by the district, and the Prime Minister was the chief guest. The Minister of Honorable
Victoria
represented
okay.
the Prime Minister. Though we've got challenges as opposition members of Parliament. Because I organized mine, I was blocked, Right Honorable Speaker. However, that of the district was not blocked. Thank you so much.
Honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, can I have silence? Honorable members.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My colleagues, learning never ends. The moment you work as a team to celebrate one annual celebration, I think you cannot get a problem. So for the district to organize theirs, the woman MP to organize hers, is a reflection that there is no cohesion. I call for cohesion so that one day is celebrated and organized by all of you. Thank you.
Honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, our members of Parliament, the women members of Parliament from opposition, had an issue that they reported to this house. One can give an example of Susan. One can give an example of Susan. Prime Minister, all what these girls are asking for, these girls are asking for something small, that they want to celebrate a Women's Day with their women. They want to celebrate a Women's Day with their women. This is election time. How will they go to the field there and you're not allowing them to associate with their women? You get it? Let me tell you, by now, electors out there have decided whom they will vote for. However much you influence how. But don't deny them to celebrate. Don't deny them. Let them have a celebration with their people, so long as it is a peaceful celebration. There is no problem with that. Yes. Wait. The Prime Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, I just want to thank you, Right Honorable, for expressing the women the way they want to express themselves in their constituencies. I just want to say
in an orderly way.
Yes, the NRM government has brought freedom for women. It embraces women, and all the women, you are supposed to celebrate with your women when the Women's Day comes. I'm even here to be invited to come and officiate at your Women's Day. All women, please, you are allowed to celebrate with the women, because there is no need of again being refused to celebrate with the women. But what I would also want to say, we need cohesion. Like the Honorable was saying, if we have a Women's Day for the district, please come and join us. Come and join the district so that you celebrate the Women's Day with the district. It will be a very good function to see you when you are with your women. I thank you.
Thank you. Jonathan.
Madam Speaker, I wanted to raise this issue before the Prime Minister spoke. One of the challenges that has been expressed here is because of the expiry of the mandate of the National Women's Council. The Electoral Commission released the roadmap for general elections, including the different special interest groups. One that is missing conspicuously is the National Women's Council. Their mandate expired in 2022, and there has been an extension. The meeting that will be convened here, if that council was functional and had the mandate, fresh mandate through elections, some of the issues coming here would have been discussed there. So I wanted to bring to your attention first to require government to liaise with the Electoral Commission to explain why the election for National Women's Council of all the special interest group is missing from the general roadmap that has been released. What is so special around that? But also too, so that when you meet on Monday the 3rd,
Prime Minister, are you getting
it can
that
be
you need to
an
find
item on
out?
the agenda.
Have you finished, Jonah? No. I was telling her to cause.
But I can, Right Honourable Speaker, the question for the women missing on the roadmap, I think it was just an oversight. Yesterday we discussed it in Cabinet. The women are supposed to be included on the roadmap. And yesterday's Cabinet, we raised it, and they are going to be included on the roadmap. I thank you.
Can you get in touch with the Electoral Commission and let us know whether it was you're with them? So let's have that done, and we have the election for the National Women Council. Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
But Soroti has not finished. Soroti, you're not repeating on the issues of Women's Day. You ladies celebrate your Women's Day, but within the law and peacefully, in an orderly way.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. And we should also be allowed to invite chief guests of our own interest. That is one of them. Okay, Madam Speaker, I want to say something on the issue of a 6-year-old child who was slaughtered in the toilet. Madam Speaker, in Soroti, Madam Speaker, there is vivid evidence about this slaughter, and I want to thank the police that have managed to handle the issue. And I want to request that as a mother, as leaders, we follow it up closely, because this team of people should actually, if it was under my reach, possibly would have also been slaughtered. Because it is one of the children, it is evidence that one of the children testified.
They should face the law. That
Okay,
should
Madam
not come
Speaker,
from a leader like you.
should face the law and be worked on as they also worked on the child. Madam Speaker, this has raised tension in the city, and many of the people are really aggrieved about this issue, and we need the ministry.
I was actually surprised with all the leaders of Soroti. Nobody had ever raised this, and that's why I was forced to bring it up. When I saw you here, I said, I think I am now seeing Soroti. Nobody brought it up all these days. Yes? Somebody is giving information.
I'm giving information.
It is on that, a very serious matter, that of the kid.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, that incident happened, but the Honourable Member thanked the police and government for the swiftness in doing things. So immediately they took over, made arrests.
Police is under government.
Don't worry. Immediately they took over, they arrested the directors of the school. All the accomplices were also arrested, arranged to court. The school was closed, and it was, I think, it wasn't the first time it was happening. I think it was happening over time, but this time they were able to, with this child that died, it was really a sad moment. And indeed, this will not continue. We will ensure that there's more vigilance, and like you have stated in the opening remarks, you said you said that we should parent, because also this was a little bit of negligence from the matron. Even when the other child had seen the problem, she ran to the matron chased her away. And actually, it was even the children of the director who, when police asked them some few questions, they were able to submit in more evidence that implicated even the wife of the director. So I think government has done very well, and we are proud. We will proceed with ensuring that there is
Honorable
more.
Minister,
I thank you.
Honorable Minister of Education, we want to know what action you've taken on such a school. We want to know what. Before you come, let's hear from Ebwalu.
Madam Speaker, we need justice. We need justice for that young girl, Joan Apio. That twin, you are a mother of twins. The girl they killed was a twin. And I can tell you, it was very traumatizing. There are schools that want to get rich because of rituals, because of doing sacrifices. They are killing our children. We trust our children to schools, knowing that the schools will take care of our children. If you are the ones killing our children, where do we take our children? Madam Speaker, I want to request you. Our inspectorate in the country is dead.
Which inspectorate?
The inspectorate, that is the education inspectors. Education inspectors, I do not know what is the minimum standard of starting a school in Uganda. I have a school in our constituency. It has 2 classrooms. They have built the classrooms with mabati. They even don't have a toilet, but it's a school. Then you wonder, what are the inspectorates doing, the inspectors of schools? Madam Speaker, I want to appeal to you.
I think that's of standards. In the ministry.
Madam Speaker, I want to appeal to you that you interest yourself in this matter. This matter should not be managed locally in Soroti. The file will be missed. I want to appeal to you, Madam Speaker, that interest yourself in this file so that we follow this matter to its logical conclusion.
Honorable Minister, this case issue, it's a very, very serious issue. You're a owner of a school. You know such a thing can happen to your school one time. So the earlier we stop it, the earlier we stop that, the better. What action have you taken on that school?
Thank you very much.
Wait.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker and dear colleagues, I want first of all to thank you for the concern. This is indeed a very serious matter that we should not joke over it. It's true there have been those cases, and the police has taken it up, has started the investigations. We hope as a ministry that the report that will come from police will give us a direction. But it's also true that what we have agreed as a ministry is to improve on the inspection of these schools. Right Honorable Speaker. And our team has gone out and they're trying to do their best to see to it that all the minimum basic requirements are adhered to. I submit, Right Honorable Speaker.
So what have you done to that school?
Pardon?
What has been done to that school?
Right Honorable, the inspector, my team has gone on site and they're compiling a report.
And
the school.
Honorable Minister, you need to take keen interest in that school. You need to take keen interest. Yes, Shadow?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to thank you for raising this matter. And what I'm saying here is in a good spirit. You see, A school, Madam Speaker, can only survive if its triangle is functioning very well. Parents, teachers, and the children. What we need to do as the Ministry of Education, and even our side, we can give support. Whether you have minimum standards, they must be improved. We have challenges now. One of the information you have, Madam Speaker, is that one of these students killed himself because he wanted 1 million as pocket money. Or 2 million, I think something like that. Once, Madam Speaker, honourable members.
That is a different version.
It's a different version.
That's a different version.
Yeah.
We are talking about a young girl slaughtered in a toilet, where an outsider came and slaughtered a kid in the toilet. You get it, eh?
Madam Speaker.
Listen. Now, the other one where a boy wanted 2 million shillings is different from what we are talking about. And that's where we are saying, now this calls for parenting. It calls for parenting. You should know what to do with these kids who are in adolescent stage. When a kid asks you, this is what I want, and we tend to spoil our children. You and me who think we have money, every time you want to give this kid a lot of money, at a time when you don't have, then this kid, you'll face it.
Madam Speaker, that's why I began by talking about a triangle. Already the Minister of Education, why I was talking about standards, we have a challenge. There are children of 3 years who are in boarding section, and these are nursery kids. Secondly, Madam Speaker, why I'm insisting on my issues I'm giving, the challenges we have, me as a minister, we have to revisit the minimum standards. Madam Speaker, as we talk now, do you know there is what is happening in schools, end of year party called the promo. Parents are all sweating. All these are challenges, and they cause anxiety in the children. One parent cannot afford giving a daughter of his makeup and dressing, which is worth 3 million above the school fees he pays for 1 day. And then a chopper is taken to a school where a child is going to move with a chopper to get her friends and all that. A limousine. These are challenging factors that are causing anxiety and can end up making children kill themselves or fight others. But what I'm requesting, Madam Speaker, as members, we request the Ministry of Education, let us sit down and look at those standards. When you talk about a swimming pool, Madam Speaker, is it among the minimum standards of a school? Once it is there, what do you have to put in place that allows swimming pools and all those factors in schools? The moment you don't have them, challenges are on parents, challenges are on school owners. Madam Speaker, I can tell you one scenario. One time I went to a boarding school. A child, they allow them to call their parents at 100 shillings per minute. A child talked to his mother for 10,000 at 100 shillings per minute. Now, you gave my child to a boarding school. Now, at school, you are calling me above 1 hour. 10,000 at 100 shillings per minute. How long did the mother talk to the child? Yet, I'm in control of that child as a teacher or a run of a school. All these are challenges we must address.
Honorable Minister, you will bring a paper to that effect, and we need to have minimum requirements for every school. If it means not visiting children and food is provided for at schools, it should be this kind of having classes in schools should stop. Next.
Madam Speaker.
Yes.
Speaker, there are parents. Okay.
Hello. Cow.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I come to salute your clarion call which you have made on the importance of parenting. And Madam Speaker, it takes two to tango. It has to be women and men to have those parenting skills successfully. But Madam Speaker, I'm reminded of a little known date every other end of year. It is 19th November. It is incidentally the International Day of Men. And I have admired the energy, the zeal, and the zest that you have demonstrated in promoting the observance of the International Women's Day. And all of us men will be supportive, that I assure. Madam Speaker, we shall throw our weight behind your invitation. But to be impartial, to be inclusive, to exist equity. I wish you would equally demonstrate same energy in promoting the International Day of Men on 19th November. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honourable members, we will do that on 19th November on the Men's Day. A woman, we need to coexist. And for us to coexist, you need a man and a woman together. Yes, Honourable Love.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, for those of you who don't know, Honourable Nambeshe, the Chief Opposition Whip, is a presiding apostle. So he fights for the rights of women and men collectively. Honourable Speaker, firstly, I want to appreciate the statement you have made that our women leaders should be able to celebrate with their constituents. Hopefully government this time round will behave to that bare minimum. It is okay for those that would want to attend the national celebration, but a woman MP can choose not to even go there. I don't think that's a crime. And she organizes her own peacefully to meet her voters. I don't see anything wrong or illegal about that, Honorable Rusoke.
After the national celebration.
Absolutely, absolutely. It could even be on another day. That's okay. So she can go for the national one firstly, and then organize her own to be able to connect with her voters and even tell them about the work that they do here in Parliament. I think that that should be all right. Right, Honorable Speaker, a colleague wants to give information. If the woman MP for Bukedia allows that information.
When I'm seated here, I'm not a woman MP of Bukedia.
Thank you so much.
The Speaker has not given you permission. He asked the woman MP, who is not here.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I was tapping into the woman leader in
There
you.
is an order.
Anyhow,
There is an order. Honorable
Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
We are guided by our rules of procedure, and we know how to address the person presiding Parliament. I've heard my friend, the LOP, mention about the woman member of Parliament for Bukedea allowing a member to give information. And therefore, is he in order, really, to disregard what the rules of procedure dictates? Is he in order?
Thank you.
Is this a market?
Thank you. Goretti, Susan. I am the one to make a ruling, you people. You see, we're talking about women. And I think that's where Lope borrowed it from, a woman member.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for updating the Minister for Energy who came late today. I will proceed in earnest, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I would...
Honorable members, we have a lot of business on the order paper.
Honorable Speaker, I want to firstly give a quick update to the House. Last week I raised a matter here, and I tabled names of persons that had been abducted. And the families and lawyers, and we, their fellow leaders in our party, we were struggling to establish the whereabouts of these people. I want to give an update now that I raised this matter and you allowed me to table the names. Those people were released by security forces, and so I thought it's important that I bring that update back to the House here.
Thank you. They were released by security forces, not thugs.
And that's the important thing, Right Honorable Speaker, because the way they were picked up, no one could tell which kind of people these were. And so now that they were released, in fact, some were released from police stations.
There is an order.
Madam Speaker, the leader of opposition is a honorable member. The leader of opposition is a honorable member of Parliament. And the word honorable must show the caliber of a person. Madam Speaker, the Honorable Lope, in his submission, has used a very bad word to call the forces of this country, a word that I cannot mention, because when I mention, my people of Busia will say I'm not a honorable member. Therefore, can the Lope withdraw that word? So I cannot mention the word because I will not be a honorable member, Madam Speaker. I cannot mention the word because I will not be a honorable member. Can he withdraw the word that he mentioned?
Honorable members, Lope, finish.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to appreciate the Honorable Macho. I see he's very smart today.
Which word did you?
I don't know. Are you sure I mentioned that? Right Honorable Nabanja? Can you prove that? I'm challenging you to prove that.
Honorable members.
I'm challenging you, Prime Minister.
Honorable Prime Minister.
You sit down, you even came late. Honorable Speaker, let me proceed.
Lope. Honorable members, on Thursday when Lope raised that issue, he said they were thugs, and I made him to withdraw that word. And that's why I was just reminding him that they are not thugs. Now it is security personnel who have got back the people. He said, he alleged that they were thugs. So now he has said it is security personnel who have delivered back, who released the people. That's why I mentioned the thugs. Yes, you have something to say?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable, actually the word I used wasn't even thugs. I used the word goons. And I said, I hope government can come and own up so that we don't take these to be goons. Because the way they conducted the arrest, they were in plain clothes, they had guns, they were driving ordinary cars.
Can you conclude?
And so, no one could identify them as security persons. And so we're asking government, either these are goons or you own up. And as I conclude that particular matter, Right Honorable Speaker, let's observe the law. When you want to conduct an arrest, our laws are clear. The Constitution, the Police Act, and the plethora of other laws in our country. How you get to conduct an arrest. Right Honorable Speaker, we might have a challenge in this country at some point. That these fellows in plain clothes will go with guns, try and abduct somebody, and assuming the person fights back, and maybe kills one of them. Under what law are you going to charge this person who is acting in self-defense? Because this person is saying, I don't know who you are. You are in plain clothes, you have guns, you have come to attack me. If this person fights back and harms one of them, you cannot charge them. So let's follow the law. That's my appeal, and I hope that we can get to do that. Honorable Speaker, in similar vein, I again want to call on government in following the law. Our Constitution, Article 27 thereof, provides for a couple of things. Government can get to search any premises. And this is because we were raided, my political party was raided, headquarters, by different security outfits, chased away our party officials, broke our doors, took away laptops, money, and several other things. And what has perplexed me, Right Honorable Speaker, is I don't know why government cannot follow some simple basics of the law. No one stops you from conducting a search, even at my house. You have a right to conduct a search. But one, come with a search warrant. Two, let me be present. We have keys to our offices. Why do you have to break? Yet we have keys and we can open for you. Can we follow these simple precepts of the law? You have a right to conduct a search anywhere, by the way. Anywhere. Including in my office here at Parliament, because I'm in it today, tomorrow I'm not. But can you follow the law in doing that? Because now you break and damage property, we have got to replace that, money is taken, computers and so on. Why don't we follow the law? It would be different if you had come with a warrant and say, open, we want to search, and we refuse. There you can do whatever you want to do, but you didn't do that. Government, why do we not want to follow the law? Because then you make people to become suspicious about several things.
You mean your office was broken in?
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker. Yes, Right Honorable Speaker. And I saw police actually justifying it, saying they went to pick some exhibits. I said, but now, which court of law are you going to use those exhibits in? Because no one was there to corroborate. How do I be brought to court to say, you concede that this was gotten from your office or from your premises, when I was not there? Honorable Speaker, hopefully the Attorney General responds to these issues. Finally, Right Honorable Speaker, so that he responds generally.
There is an order.
No problem.
Right Honorable Speaker, and honorable members, like you said, Parliament has got a lot of work. Whenever we come here, you are dragged, Right Honorable Speaker, into unfounded allegations. Unfounded allegations. And I believe the reason is to make government look dirty. This government has protected Ugandans, and that's why everybody is proud, including investors. Is it in order for the LOP all the time to come here to dirty the government? Yes, that is the intention. In my presence as a leader of government. Are you in order?
Honorable members,
Allegations without evidence. Are you in order?
honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, honorable members. When I asked Lob that you mean your officers were raided, because I didn't know that they were raided. Me, I didn't know. Actually, I didn't know because I'm not there to hear whatever happens. I was only very disappointed when I saw my old men from Teso. And I'm going to follow those old men paraded in new offices. Why would an old man? Is that the place that gives out money for compensation? Compensation is given from Parliament. We are not going to allow this. You will not do this in Teso.
Right, Honourable Speaker, I want to thank you, and with your permission, I could clarify that small issue. Our political party, our doors are open to anybody that comes to us to advocate for them. So elders from Teso came to our office. I don't know if you wanted us to chase them away. But they came and raised their concerns and said, please advocate for us as Teso war claimants for us to be paid. We received them. I don't know what's illegal about that. But let me not be distracted, Right Honourable Speaker.
Honourable Attorney General, he says he has a list. He's talking about a list that
Right Honourable Speaker, the issue of the Right Honourable Prime Minister, because she was saying there's no evidence, police released the statement. And Right Honourable Speaker, I want to agree with the Prime Minister that this Parliament discusses critical issues, and that's why you normally encourage us to be here by 2. By 2, you were in your chair. The Prime Minister came very late. If you respect the issues of Parliament, please come early, like the rest of us.
She didn't come late.
Honourable Speaker, she was not here at 2. That's the truth.
Come late.
But let me wrap up with this issue,
late.
Right Honourable Speaker.
Honourable members.
Right Honourable Speaker.
Order.
Lob, you sit. Lob, you sit. Lob, you sit. Can we go to the next item? Next item. Next item. Next item.
Motion.
We will handle your issues. Next item.
Motion for a resolution of Parliament to authorize government.
What is your issue?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. In fact, I would have been done had I not been interrupted by the Prime Minister. Right Honourable Speaker, I have a list that I would like to table here for the attention of the Attorney General. The Supreme Court delivered a ruling saying for matters that had been handled by the court-martial, either free these people or transfer their files to the civilian courts. Some of these files were transferred. There's several other lists, people whose files have not been transferred. Let me table this list, Right Honourable Speaker.
Give it to AG.
It has got names Sechitoleko Yasin Machete, who is on hunger strike, Kavuma Musa, Gibsiwa Abdallah, Kalanzi Sharif, Mwonge Joseph, Jimmy Galukande, Kato Umar, Abdallah Chintu, Mwase Patrick, Agaba Anthony, Angulibo Siraj, Andama Habza, Ida Kasim, and finally, Buga Ratib. These people were remanded by the court-martial, which no longer has authority over them. When are their files going to be transferred to the civilian courts like everybody else? Because their being on remand under the court-martial has got no place in the law. Government and Attorney General, when are these files going to be transferred to the civilian courts? I do lay the list, Right Honourable Speaker. Thank you.
Honourable members, when you make the House unruly, you'll miss out even to speak what you're supposed to speak. But I want to reiterate this. And this information goes even to the people out there. This madness of parading our old parents. Huh? Order to who? You cannot start parading all the people in the name of compensation. You bring all the people all the way from Teso. That can never happen, and it should never happen. And we are looking for the people who are doing that. Next item.
Item 3 on the order paper. Motion for a resolution of Parliament to authorize government to borrow up to United States dollars 100 million from the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa, BADEA, private window. United States dollars 50 million from the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa, public window, and United States dollars 25 million from the OPEC Fund for International Development to capitalize Uganda Development Bank Limited. 2, to authorize government to guarantee Uganda Development Bank Limited to directly borrow up to United States dollars 40 million from the Islamic Development Bank, United States dollars 30 million from the Islamic Corporation for the development of the private sector, and United States dollars 30 million from the International Islamic Trade Finance Corporation.
Oh, he's on the run. I've left. I've lost him. He's on the run.
Yes.
I saw a minister. I was scared. So.
Honourable members, as you may recall, on Wednesday, 5th, 2025, February, the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development tabled a proposal to authorize government to borrow up to USD 100 million from the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa, BADEA, a private window, USD 50 million from the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa, public window, USD 25 million from OPEC Fund for International Development to capitalize UDB, to guarantee Uganda Development Bank Limited to directly borrow from USD 40 million from Islamic Development Bank, USD 30 million from Islamic Corporation for development of a private sector, ICD, and USD 30 million from International Development Trade Finance Corporation. The proposal was referred to the Committee of National Economy, which is now ready to report, and pursuant to 59 sub-article 2 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, 1995, and Rule 155 of the Rules of Procedure, I will invite the Minister of Finance to move a motion for the borrowing, and then I will invite the Minister. Yes.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this institution is a key institution to governance and democracy. The leader of opposition raised the issues of abduction, issues of raiding political parties' offices, but also we have an unfinished issue of the implementation of the Supreme Court judgment. I thought that the Attorney General is going to develop appetite to respond to these issues. Because, as far as I know, you have partially transmitted files. There are other people who are still crying there before they are in jail, their warrants ended. I thought you would brief Parliament, because Parliament, and I want to thank you, Madam Speaker, on this issue. But I'm raising a procedure. I don't know what's wrong with people who put on military uniforms when they are civilians. Because in the military, there are no procedure. Is that what you want to say? As a raising procedure, you wait. Procedure are not raised concurrently. So, Madam Speaker, I want to seek for your indulgence for the Attorney General to lay the fears, not only of those of us who are here, but the country, on issues of abduction, issues of raiding political parties' headquarters, but also issues of getting everybody who has a file, like the Supreme Court ruled, transferred. When are they going to be transferred? You cannot transfer them at leisure.
Honourable members, I am happy that the rules of procedure were made by us in this house. And when I see senior members of parliament not respecting the rules of procedure, I want to refer you to Rule 2222, reconsideration of a decision of the House. It is out of order to attempt to reconsider a specific question. Remember, that question was raised and it was forwarded to Attorney General. Attorney General cannot give you a feedback. We have given him the information and he's going to come back to the House and give you a feedback. He does not keep those people in his brain. Those people are somewhere. He has to go and consult and find. The other day you raised an issue, and I am happy you have come back to say the issue was solved, and that issue will equally be solved. We are here to work for people outside there. We are not working for ourselves. It is to our best interest that everybody is peaceful in this country. Next item.
But Madam Speaker, the same rules as you have cited them, they limit the interaction of the Speaker. Reason is that the rules don't want the Speaker to be the one answering on behalf of government.
Honourable Minister. Yes.
Madam Speaker.
Maybe before you bring a procedural matter, Honourable Minister, are you going to move an omnibus motion, or you're going to handle one by one? No, I am done asking. Are you going to do it?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, my motion is consistent with the item which appears on order paper. Madam Speaker, pursuant to Article 159 of the Constitution.
Procedure.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Madam Speaker, about a month ago, the Minister of Finance presented to this House the National Development Plan 4. When the committee reported you kindly ask this House to give what I consider to have been an interim approval. And the wording of the Act, National Planning Act, Authority Act, is that we approve and adopt. I remember you made a ruling that we had given an approval